Hi, my name is Vanessa van Dijk, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can use Roche Posay Redermic Retinol Eye Cream, which contains 0.1% of retinol, which helps to target fine lines and wrinkles, as well as a bit of caffeine, which helps to depuff the eyes. Overall, this eye cream is suitable for all skin types, including sensitive skin, since it is also a fragrance-free eye cream. And so when using it in your skincare routine, it's best to only use it in the evening, since retinol is sensitive to sunlight. So to make sure that you're getting most out of it, use it in the evening. And so I have prepared for you some example skincare routines which I want to share with you so that you can see the order of application, and then later on I want to show you the entire application so that you can see it visually as well, so that you have an overall understanding of how you can adjust your skincare routine accordingly to your skin type and needs. Now, if you like to, you can keep the routine really simple. If you just want to keep the focus on the eye cream and you just want to target your fine lines and wrinkles around your eyes, and that's basically it, that's completely fine. You just can wash your face with a suitable cleanser and then use the Redermic eye cream afterwards. And then maybe afterwards use a moisturizer that's suitable for your skin type if you have a drier skin type or if dryness should occur over time. That is important to balance it, but it's fine to leave out the moisturizer as well if you have a normal to oilier skin. And so this would be just a straightforward example so that you have already something in mind. However, if you now say, well, I have other skincare products at home as well that I want to include, but I'm not sure how I can include them and if I can include them, well, this is now where my example skincare routines come in handy, which I have prepared for you in PowerPoint slides so that you can see it visually. Now, when it comes to the examples that I have picked, you're fine to switch it to whatever product you may have at home that works well for you. Those are just examples so that you understand the order of application, as well as underneath see an overall general guide of how you can properly use the different products. And so I want to get started with my first evening skincare routine so that you can see the order of application if you should have an hydrating and soothing toner at home or exfoliant at home, as well as other serums, and then you want to include the eye cream and maybe a moisturizer. Well, then it would look like this. You're going to get started with the first step, which is washing your face using a suitable cleanser for your skin type. Meaning, if you have dry skin, look for one that's great for dry skin. If you have oily skin, look for one that's great for oily skin. In the evening, you may want to do a double cleanse in case you are wearing stubborn sunscreen and or makeup to properly remove it. But it still counts as the first step, as your cleansing step. Then once you have washed your face with your cleanser, rinse it off, pat the skin dry. The next step can be an hydrating toner and or exfoliating acid toner. Now let me explain it. At first, when using just gentle treatments afterwards and you're not working with another retinol like face serum or face cream afterwards. So then it's fine to just use an hydrating and soothing toner or exfoliating acid toner in your evening skincare routine. Apply it all over, leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. Then after that, if you should have any serums at home, like for example niacinamide, alpha-butene, hyaluronic acid, just a few examples to mention, you can use it afterwards, apply it to the skin. And then move on to the Redermic Retinol Eye Cream, apply it around the eyes, and then as your last step, if you should feel the need, follow with a moisturizer. It's fine to skip the moisturizer. So everywhere where you see optional, it's fine to skip the step if you do not have those products at home. So that's completely fine. So in this case, when working with a non-retinol face serum or face cream in your evening skincare routine, you can use an exfoliating acid toner in the same routine, since the Redermic Retinol Eye Cream is first of all an eye cream that you're only using around the eyes, and usually with exfoliating acids you shouldn't use it too close around the eyes. Some can be used on the eye contour, but if you're using exfoliating acids on the eye contour and you do not have any issues with it, overall I do not see like a big problem with it. But if you now say, I do have a retinol like face serum at home, or maybe a retinol like face cream at home, and you want to use it in the same routine with your Redermic Retinol Eye Cream, this is fine to do, that's completely fine to do, but then I recommend avoiding exfoliating acid toners or serums in general, because then this can lead to sensitivity, especially when doing this too often, and I recommend keeping them separate or just use your retinol or exfoliant. And so when it comes to the setup of a routine where you're going to include a retinol product, well, let's start off with a serum. In this specific case, I recommend using the serum before applying a Redermic eye cream, because you should layer from the thinnest to the thickest texture. So then you would cleanse your face, use your hydrating and soothing toner if you want to include it, your retinol serum, then the retinol eye cream, and then your moisturizer if you should feel the need. But if you have the Roche Posay Redermic face cream at home, just as an example, and you're using the eye cream as well, then the order of application does not really matter, because both of them have a very similar texture where either one of them can be your first product to apply and then follow with the other afterwards. But at the same time, you're not going to layer one after another, like completely, because when working with a retinol face serum or retinol face cream, you're going to apply it all over your face and neck, but you're going to leave out the eye contour as well as the overall eye area. You're going to leave it out. You're not going to apply your face serum or face cream around that part. But when it comes to the application of your retinol eye cream, then later on you're going to specifically use it around the eyes. So you're not going to layer them, but you're kind of using them next to each other, because here you're going to use the eye cream and here you're going to use the face cream or the face serum, whatever you may have at home. So you're not layering them on top of each other, but basically next to each other when doing the application. So overall, when it comes to the order of application with a retinol face cream as well as with the Redermic Retinol eye cream, see what works and feels the best for you when it comes to the application. There's no right or wrong, because both are in this specific case like creams, and then the order of application does not really matter as important as if you would use like serums beforehand and then your creams afterwards. Then the order of application is more important. And so this is basically what I wanted to teach you, depending on what other serums or creams you may have at home and when layering one after another. Now there's one other example that I do want to share with you, which is important to do during daytime. So since this is going to be your evening skincare routine, you're going to leave it on the skin for the entire night, and then when waking up the next morning, what's important to do is first of all washing your face with a suitable cleanser for your skin type. Then maybe continue with your usual morning skincare routine if you have one, but then don't forget to follow with sun protection, either moisturizer that already contains SPF or regular sunscreen, because you're working with a retinol product and you wanted to like reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles as well as prevent any more fine lines and wrinkles from appearing. Therefore, if that's your main concerns and you want to keep your skin youthful and like less wrinkled, then sun protection during daytime when being exposed to the sun is important. If you're not working with sun protection during daytime when being exposed to the sun, well then you can come across more fine lines and wrinkles, and then it does not matter how many like anti-aging products you're going to use if you're not going to protect the skin during daytime, when the sun is one cause why you can experience fine lines and wrinkles over time or overall sun damaged skin. So this is where sun protection during daytime is important. And so by that, I just wanted to show you overall some example skincare routines so that you can see the order of application. If you want to go over them in your own time so that you have a better understanding of it and you can read all the information that I have listed down below, well then you can download them in the description box down below and basically just go over them in your own time. But now I want to keep my focus on mainly the application, and I have prepared an example skincare, like evening skincare routine for you so that you can see this as well. We are working with cleansers. I have a toner right here. I have the Roche Posay Redermic face cream right here, the eye cream, as well as a moisturizer. This would be the order of application in this case. Of course, again, you can switch those two steps the other way around as well. But this is just how I personally prefer doing the application. So when it comes to the first step with washing your face, again, if it's going to be your evening skincare routine, your usual cleanse or maybe a double cleanse can be extremely helpful. I'm going to show it above the sink. However, this sometimes can be quite messy or you may not be able to remove it properly. Then it's fine to use your cleanser in the shower as well. So you can just shower in the evening and then wash your face while you're washing your hair and body anyway. This is very convenient and you're making sure that everything comes properly off the skin. So this is one tip that I do want to share with you as well. But this is just for overall demonstration so that I can keep on going. And so I have two examples right here of cleansers. Roche Posay Tolerant Derma Cleanser, which is great for dry sensitive skin, or for example Cetaphil Daily Facial Cleanser, which is great for combination to oily skin. Those are just two examples. Feel free to exchange them if you have a different cleanser at home. I'm going to use Cetaphil's Daily Facial Cleanser. If you're using a different one, please make sure to read on the back of the packaging on how you can properly use the cleanser, since the directions can change depending on the cleanser that you're using. In this case, I need to wet my face at first, and then I'm going to apply the cleanser onto wet skin. So that's now what I'm going to do. I'm going to use lukewarm water to warm water and then gently wet my face, neck and hands. So let's go ahead and do this. And use about 1 to 2 pumps, so about a coin size amount of your cleanser in the palm of your hand. Rub your hands together and then gently massage it all over your face and neck for about 30 seconds to a minute. So once you have massage cleanser all over your face and neck, you now can go ahead and again rinse it off with lukewarm water to warm water. In case you should come across troubles removing the cleanser properly from the skin, especially when doing this above the sink, feel free to use a fresh and soft washcloth in between, which you can wet, and this can help you to remove the cleanser a bit better. So now go ahead and take a fresh towel and pat the skin dry. So once you have pat the skin dry, you can immediately move on to the next step. There's no need to wait in between. Now again, you can keep the routine very simple and immediately move on to the application of the Redermic Retinol Eye Cream and apply it around the eyes. Just make sure to not get it into your eyes, nor use it on top of your eyelids. And then after that, follow with a moisturizer if you should feel it. However, if you do have an hydrating and soothing toner at home and or exfoliating acid toner or serum at home, and you're going to use it in your skincare routine when not using a retinol face cream, then that's for me completely fine to do. Otherwise, I recommend keeping them separate. So I have one example right here of Paula's Choice Pore Reducing Toner, which is an hydrating and soothing toner. Now when applying your toner, it's going to be after your cleansing step, and you can either apply it with the palm of your hand or with a cotton pad. Now when dispensing the product in the palm of your hand, then use between 5 to 8 drops, rub your hands together and then gently apply it all over your face and neck. Once you have applied it, you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. Or if you're planning on applying it with a cotton pad, then go ahead and take a fresh and soft cotton pad and use about a coin size amount. You need to use a bit more since the cotton pad does also absorb some product. So use about a coin size amount, about that much. Please do not soak up the entire cotton pad because then you're going to waste quite a lot of product. And then once you have applied the coin size amount, swipe it across your face and neck, and then again leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. Apply your toner only once, either with your hands or with a cotton pad. Then once you have applied your toner, as already mentioned, you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. You now can continue with the rest of your skincare routine. If you're using any serums, then you're going to use the serums before applying the Redermic Retinol Eye Cream. When it comes to serums that have a thicker texture, use between 3 to 4 drops. If you have serum that have a thinner texture, use between 5 to 8 drops. So start off with 5 and then see how it goes before adding more. Apply your serum evenly all over your face and neck, and then you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. When applying serums, please always read on the back of the packaging what you should avoid and where you can use the product. If you have to avoid the eye contour or if you can use it on the eye contour. When working with a retinol serum, please avoid the eye contour because you're using the Retinol Redermic Eye Cream afterwards on top. When it comes to a retinol face cream, such as the Redermic Retinol face cream from Roche Posay, again, that one has a very similar texture to the eye cream. So in this case, the all-off application does not matter. Use one of them at first, but what you have to keep in mind is with your retinol face cream, only apply it over your face and neck, but leave out the eye contour and the overall eye area because you're going to use the eye cream afterwards. Use about a pea-size amount, more or less, for your face and neck. And then once you have applied your retinol face cream all over, if you have used it in your skincare routine, then you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. And then you're going to follow on with the Redermic Retinol Eye Cream, which is now where I want to keep my focus on because I want to show you the overall application. And so since it has a very nice hydrating cream-like texture, you do not need to use a lot of product. If you're using too much of the Redermic Retinol Eye Cream, it is more easily to move around, which then often maybe can get into your eyes. So I recommend just using a very small amount for both eyes, and make sure that once you have applied the Redermic Retinol Eye Cream around your eyes, that it is able to somewhat absorb into the skin. It shouldn't sit thickly on top of the skin surface, because depending on how you move around, and especially when using it on this part right here as well, make sure that you're not using too much of it, otherwise it can get into your eyes over time due to the movement of your eyes. So that's really important. Please do not use it on the top of your eyelids, because then again it may get into your eyes, and at the same time it may cause sensitivity overall. So I'm going to use about that much, more or less, for both eyes. Depending on how dry your eye area may be, you can use a bit more, but again, I recommend not overdoing it. Use it on both fingers, and then either gently blend it around the eyes or tap it around the eyes. Whatever application method works the best for you. So, and once you have blended the Redermic Retinol Eye Cream around your eyes, not using it on top of your eyelids, then this is already it. Once you have applied it, you can even keep on blending it until you feel like it is able to absorb into the skin. This would be even better, because then you're making sure that now when moving on to, for example, your moisturizer, you're going to apply it after it has already absorbed into the skin. So it feels already dry, it is hydrating at the same time, but I can feel that it's not sitting on top of the skin surface, yet at the same time hydrates my eye area. And this is what I want. So this is kind of the feeling that you should experience when applying it. And then after you have applied it, you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. You can stop right here, which is completely fine. However, depending on your skin type and your overall needs, you can also now move on to a moisturizer. I have one example right here, which is Paula Omega Plus Complex Moisturizer. This is just one example. If you have a different one, use the one that works the best for you. And then again, use about a pea-size amount, more or less, a bit more than a pea-size amount, so that you can evenly blend it all over your face and neck, but at the same time do not overdo it. So about that much, more or less. This is usually what I use for my face and neck. Rub your fingers together and then gently apply it all over. Now, once you have applied your moisturizer all over, you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. Now, I do want to quickly emphasize that when working with a moisturizer, you do not have to use it all over your face and neck. You can also just use it on the parts where you may experience dryness, if you have, for example, combination skin, or if you just want to use your moisturizer where you also have applied the Redermic Retinol Eye Cream, well, that's fine too. Then just use your moisturizer gently on top of the eye cream, and that's basically it. If you should feel the need. This is not necessary, but of course always adjust the skincare routine accordingly to your skin type and overall needs. And this would be an example of an evening skincare routine. In the evening, there's no sun protection needed, only during daytime when being exposed to the sun. And so this is what I wanted to share with you. I do hope that you enjoyed this video, that you find it helpful. If you now want to learn more about skincare products and how you can properly apply them to the skin, I have several videos on my YouTube channel, and I'm going to link some of them at the end of this video so that you can keep on watching. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up as well as share it. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon in the next one. Happy skincaring. Bye!